this because I'd also like to get some female aspects to this because I'm always interested in that as well. We brought up confidence. When it comes to men, and I know you deal with a lot more men and things like that, and I can see why, but maybe from you, your aspect, maybe I can get some of this from people also as well. So for men, I believe that doing some form of like chest workout and having shoulders just mentally changes us as a hunter, and we become that gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
And so on two sides, one is we feel like we hunt, we negotiate different. And on a sexual side, we feel like we have our armor on. This probably isn't the thing that is attractive to women, but for some reason we feel that when our vibrato is put together, there's something that happens with that. And so I know that those are squats as well, increased testosterone, right? So we got push-ups or so squats, and maybe we do some calves so we can have some good balance. So if we were to say that's the core for like a man, what is the confidence exercises that a woman would look at to say, look, these are the things that kind of us women need to do to give us that baseline? Because you can't run a marathon every week. You can't do, you have to.
I'm still, like, a decade later, I'm still a huge fan of mirror work. And, if you're familiar with Louise Hay, what'd you say? Oh, I just saw you. Doing like, so affirmations, mirror work, but actually believing in it, not just like looking in the mirror and telling yourself a bunch of fluff, like choosing what words you want to identify as and looking yourself in the mirror. And, so I do, like, I'll go through my ABCs of like, I'm amazing, I'm beautiful, I'm clairvoyant, I'm determined, I'm enthusiastic, I'm fun to be around. And I will go, and if I don't feel it, or it's just a word that I'm using to feel, I will start over. And like, there comes a different level of confidence when you can look yourself in the eyes and know that you are not fluffing or bullshitting or like, making up some story just to do these affirmations and make yourself feel good. And, it's very uncomfortable at first, and it's like, oh my, okay, I'm this and that, roll your eyes. But you can truly like stand in your confidence. And like, there is I don't remember the lady's name offhand, but she was talking about being in a power pose, like putting your hands on your hip and standing with your chest wide open, and being in that stance for a moment, and like, and just empowering everything that, whether you do it before a speech or before a podcast like we're doing. But I believe that really being expansive in the way that you stand while you're doing this mirror work with yourself can create miracles. Like, it's done a lot for me. When, like I said, I was going through my own health journey, and I was in and out of the hospital for months at a time. Like, I would go in for a week, come out, go in for a week. And I had to start doing that, like literally with the IV bag still connected to me. And I would go to the mirror in my room, in the hospital room, and I would just do mirror work, and I would talk to myself. And I just believe that if you can truly anchor into the I am and believe it, and not just give yourself a lip service, that you begin to, just like the book says, you can heal your life. You really can change the things that you don't like, whether it's physical or mental or with relationships or whatever. So I think that's so important, because even if you're in bad shape and you can't work out, or you don't feel comfortable with stretching, or like there's some physical thing that keeps you from doing it, you can find a mirror. If you don't have a mirror in your house, go find some reflective surface and just take a few minutes. And it only has to take a few minutes. But I think that, and the people that I've worked with, it really has made a difference, because it sounds so simple, or like, oh yeah, here we go. But if you do it and you commit to it, and you take it on a deeper level, not just, oh, I got to do this for 5 minutes, let me get it over with. It can really make changes in the way you feel about yourself, the way that, I don't know, being able to look yourself in the face and not BS. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty rad.
I think that I was working with someone the other day, and I said, the thing about Eastern philosophy, and we have Western medicine. And when you start putting these things together, and you're thinking the word woo woo is what you're trying to say. It's like, I'm not trying to be woo woo, right? But there's, I always go back to the placebo effect in every single test that they do. And what they'll do is they'll give, let's just say it's a 50-50. I don't know what the heck they do. Maybe I'll find out one day and I'll get that answer. But I think it's a 50-50. They literally go 50-50. Let's do a placebo on an actual pill. And they'll give it to 100 people, and the placebo works.